Hello and welcome back to Sorta Strategy and another episode of Deck Discovery. It's been ages now since the last one of these. This time it's going to be at Ignister. Right, so there has been a couple of these announced before, but I'm going to go over everything. So the ones that are not on this list of brand new stuff, when it's 3 extra deck guys have already been announced and a spell. So when it gets down to here, I'll read the other extra deck guys and the spell in Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro and then come back to this. So yeah. If you have already seen them and want to skip past that, you can, but I think it's probably better to do everything at once. Anyway, I'm going to start right away. So, basically, these are, I don't know, it looks like the main guy, or evil version of the main guy, or the, I don't know, I don't watch the show, but anyway. Right, so first one, level 4, Light Cyberus effect. 1200, 600. You can only use the first and second effect once per turn. Each time, no, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one AI spell or trap from your deck to your hand. So I think the spells are AI and then the monsters are at Ignister. Okay, searches a spell or trap, which is pretty ridiculous. Normal or special, which is nice. You can target one Ignister monster you control that has a level. Its level becomes 4 until the end of the turn, right? So this is the XYZ or XZ support one. Okay, so I'll probably read the name as well. Picari at Ignister. This is Bururu at Ignister. Level 3 Wind Cyber's Tuner effect. Level 600 attack, 1000 defense. You can only use the first and second effect once per turn. If this card normal special, you can send an at Ignister from your deck to the graveyard. So searches spell or traps, sends one from deck to graveyard. So I'm guessing they're all going to be something pretty consistent first effects by the sounds of things. Second effect, if this card is sent to the graveyard as material for a synchro of a Cyberus, you can target one monster in your graveyard that was used as material for the synchro summon, except for this, special summon it. Right, so you get one of your monsters back for free. Which is pretty fucking good, actually. Especially seeing as you can just, link it off or whatever. Not bad at all. So that's the Foolish Burial one. Next guy. Doyon at Ignister. Level 4 Dark Cyberus effect, 400, 1600. You can only use the first and second effect once per turn. If this card is normal special, you can target an at Ignister in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Not bad, but not the greatest. If this card is in your graveyard as a material for a link summon, if you send to the graveyard as a material for a link summon of a Cyberus monster, you can target an AI spell or trap card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Right, so his second effect is probably best. Well, one of the best ones, it seems like. Anyway, it depends on what the spells do, but that's pretty strong. Next guy. Akiki, I'd say, at Ignister. Level 2 Fire Effect Monster, 800, 800. You can only use a first and second effect once per turn. If this card is normal special, you can add a level 4 or lower at Ignister monster from your deck to your hand. Right, so this is the Searcher for monsters, not bad. If battle involving a Cyberus you control... If a battle involves a Cyberus monster you control, at the start of the damage step you can banish this card from your graveyard, destroy your battling monster. Okay. I see. Destroy your battling monster. And it sends this guy to the graveyard. Alright. We'll see what they do. Next guy. Earth. Doshin at Ignister. Level 1 Earth Cyberus effect, 100, 800. You can only use the first and second effect once per turn. If you control an at Ignister monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Not terrible. You can target a Cyberus Link monster in your graveyard, return it to the extra deck, and if you do, add an AI Love Fusion from your deck to your hand. That is a spell. You've otherwise searched the spell though, judging by the other one's effects, so I'm not sure how good that is. But yeah, I guess we'll see how good it is later. Another level 1. Higari at Ignister. Level 1 Water Cyberus. 300, 400. You can only use the first and second effects once per turn. If you control an at Ignister monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. They both have that, which isn't bad. You contribute one other Cyberus monster, add a level 5 or higher at Ignister monster from your deck to your hand, and if you do, this card's level becomes level 4 until the end of the turn. Then, if you tributed a Link monster to activate this effect, you can add an AI Ritual from your deck to your hand also. So if you tribute a Cyberus Link monster, you can get both, which is pretty good. But that's the ritual stuff, so I'm not sure Right, so becomes level 4, and the ritual monster's level 7, so you kind of want 3s, isn't that how it works, right? Well, it depends. Well, no, you can do more, can't you? Yeah. I never use ritual cards. Anyway, next thing, the ritual monster. So this is the one that the water guy supports, it seems like, directly, obviously. Water Leviathan at Ignister. Level 7 Water Cyberus Ritual Effect Monster. Are these kind of like Shadal's, where they're taking stuff from other archetypes and like corrupting them? Because I've seen the Linkaribo copy and I've seen the Decode Monster copy. Alright, level 7 Water Cyberus Ritual Effect Monster. 2300, 2000. You can ritual summon this card with AI Ritual. You can only use the second effect once per turn. If this card is ritual summoned, you can return all monsters to your opponent controls with 2300 or less attack to the hand. Okay. You can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, return from your graveyard to the extra deck as many link monsters as possible, and if you do, the targeted monster's attack becomes 0. Oh god. Returning link monsters to the extra deck. That could cause problems, maybe not, I don't know. Once per battle, if this card battles an opponent's monster during the damage calculation, you can half the opponent's attack. I don't know. During battle damage, for fuck's sake, damage calculation only. I don't know how good it is, but it sounds like it could be abusable. Who knows? Right, so a fusion now. Earth one, 2300, 2000. You can only use the third effect once per turn. It takes a Cyberus and a Link. So that's not too hard at all. Earth Golem at Ignister. I don't know what archetype this will be stolen from. You can only use this guy's third effect once per turn. After this card is fusion summoned, you take no damage for the rest of the turn. If this card attacks a monster special summon from the extra deck, this card gains attack equal to its original attack during damage step only, so he goes up to 4/6, not bad. When this card is destroyed by battle, you can target a Cyberus monster in your graveyard, except for this, special summon it. Okay. Destroy by battle. Both of those say by battle, so... Oh no, this one says by battle, yeah. That's kind of shit. Okay, well, he gets big, I guess. I don't know. Weird one. I can't remember if the Earth guy's effect... I can't remember what the Earth one's effect is, actually, because his effect probably supports him in some way. Target Cyberus Link in your graveyard, return it to extra deck, and if you do, search the fusion, yeah. The fusion... I guess it's an OTK, I suppose. It's searchable OTK, I guess. Well, not really an OTK. He goes up to 4/3. It's not bad. Or 4/6. Okay, next thing. Wind Pegasus at Ignister. Level 7 Wind, Cyber, Synchro, Effect Monster 2300, 1500. Are they all 2300, it seems like? Is this... What's it called? Kind of looks like Mirage Stalio a tiny bit, but not really. I don't know. Anyway. Tuner and a non-tuner. We saw the Wind Tuner. Makes it becomes level 4 or something like that. I can't remember. Something like that. You can only use this card's first and second effect once per turn. During your main phase, you can destroy spells and or traps your opponent controls up to the number of Ignister monsters you control. Not bad. If another card you control destroy a battle or an opponent's card effect while this card is on the field or in the graveyard, you can banish this card, target a card your opponent controls, shuffle it into the deck. Wow. That's weird. That's quite interesting, I think. That's kind of a cool one. I like that. This guy's decent. I think he's cool. Yeah, so now I've read all the... I'm going to actually quickly go up and just read the Wind guy's second effect to help us kind of remember. Synchro summon of a Cyberus. You can target one monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. Right, so the other tuner, or the other non-tuner monster is brought back. Which isn't bad at all. The fact that it's brought back, does that mean that the Synchro will always have 2 on the field? I don't think that's how it works. The Synchro would come out, and then the guy would bring something out. Okay. I don't know, I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm going to go over to Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro now, where I have stuff prepared, right? So, other extra deck stuff. So this is the light one, dark one, fire one, and this guy is the Linkaribo, whatever he's called. Right, so, light guy. If a monster you control will be destroyed by a card effect, you can detach material from this card instead. You can only use the effect of this once per turn. You can detach a material from this card, destroy face-up monsters your opponent controls up to the number of Ignister monsters you control. That is not bad at all, actually. It's not, like, amazing, but it's not bad for just 2 level 4s, like. When another Cyberus monster you control inflicts damage to your opponent, you can special summon one Link monster from your graveyard. That is not bad either, actually. I'm going to quickly go up now and see what the light guy says, because... That's probably the smartest way to do this, because they all have like a second effect that seems to help. Target an Ignister monster you control that has a level, it becomes level 4. Right, so it basically just helps make 2 level 4s on the field, which is fine, I guess. Right, next guy, Dark Templar at Ignister. This is obviously Deco Talker. I don't know what this guy is off the top of my head. Am I missing something? I don't know. This is obviously... It seems like from the show he must be stealing other people's monsters or some shit. Anyway, 3 monsters with different names. Link 3, Dark Cyberus, and the same arrows as Decode, but not pointing up. Oh no, he doesn't have the same arrows. Decode points directly down. Doesn't point directly down. Okay, so better arrows then. He doesn't say 2 or more though, I guess. But yeah. Anyway, if a monster is special summoned to a zone this card points to, even during the damage step, you can special summon as many level 4 or lower Ignister monsters from your graveyard as possible, but negate their effects. Fuck, that is pretty cool. Right, so it's like you can get 2 back straight away. Jesus. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can special summon 1 Cyberus monster from your graveyard. You can only use each effect of this once per turn. Right, so he's nothing like Decode, really. But he's really, really good. I actually like him. He seems like he'd be really strong. Now, let's read the Dark guy and see what he says. If this card is sent to the graveyard as the material for a link summon of a Cyberus, you can target an AI, spell or trap, and add it to your hand. Okay, so that's obviously not just for him. It's for any Dark Cyberus, which is pretty cool. Alright, so I know that the Fire one said, like, if you do battle or something, and then add to Ignister does battle while it's in the graveyard, you can banish it to destroy your own guy or some crap like that. So, during damage calculation, if this card attacks, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to this card's attack. Okay, that's pretty cool, I guess. If you do, your opponent takes no battle damage from that battle. If this card is destroyed by card effect, so the fire guy that I mentioned a second ago, I'll go back and read him in a sec. You can destroy 1 card your opponent controls. During the next standby phase, after this link summon card was destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. You can only use the effect of this once per turn. Right, so you destroy him with the fire guy, he comes back the next standby phase and gets a pop. It's okay, I don't know. I'm not sure about that now, to be honest, but cool though. The attacking to burn as well is pretty cool. 2 plus Cyberus, Link 3. Fire Phoenix at Ignister. Right, so the last extra deck monster, the last monster at all actually, is Linguribo. The Angry Linkuribo. 1 level 4 or lower Cyberus, Link 1. When your opponent activates a trap card, quick effect, you can tribute this card, negate the activation. If you do, banish that card. Obviously this won't negate counter traps, so I don't know how good this is, but it might be alright. If this card is in your graveyard, quick effect, you can tribute an Ignister monster that was special summoned from the extra deck, special summon this card. You can only use each effect of this guy once per turn. Well, that's pretty disappointing. Okay, anyway, I'm going to read this as the first spell. And then I'll go back over to Organization to read the rest. Right, so during damage calculation, if your monster battles an opponent's monster, your battling monster's attack becomes equal to the attack of the opponent's monster it is battling during the damage calculation only. Also, the controller of a monster destroyed by that battle takes damage equal to their destroyed monster's original attack until the end step. Right, so the idea is to attack a big monster with a smaller monster. Both of them die by battle, and then they take less damage than you. I guess that's the idea, right? If your Ignister monster would be destroyed by battle, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. You can only use the effect of this once per turn. That is very strange. It's such a weird card. It's kind of cool, but yeah, I know that the... Wait a second. Doesn't the fusion guy only gets his effect if he's destroyed by battle? Be interesting to see what that is. I can't remember, did any of the other ones only work by battle? If this card is special summoned, no, if this card is destroyed by battle, you target a Cyberus monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Like, that's not really worth it. Yeah, I don't know. A weird one. Anyway, so we're on to spells now. Okay, so I'm back. Only a few more cards to go. They're kind of weird ones. You can only use this card's name. This card name's second effect once per turn. This is Ignister AI Land, field spell. If you control no monsters in your main monster zone, you can activate this effect, and for the rest of the turn you cannot special summon monsters except for Cyberus monsters, even if this card leaves the field. Also special summon 1 level 4 or lower Ignister monster from your hand, and if you do, you cannot special summon monsters with its original attribute by the effect of this card for the rest of the turn, even if this card leaves the field. Such a weird Like, they're so afraid that would be abused, it seems like, by the way that's worded, but okay. And then the second effect is, if this card in your graveyard is banished... If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish one Ignister monster in your graveyard to set this card to your field, which is pretty cool, but I don't know how good it is. Alright. AI... Aidling, I guess. AI Dling Reborn. So, Aid, I guess, is the joke. Quick play spell. You can only use the first and second once per turn. So, first effect, target an Ignister monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Also, for the rest of the turn after this card resolves, you can also special summon monsters except Cyberus monsters. Not bad. Second effect, when an attack is declared involving two monsters, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target one card in your hand. Banish this card from your graveyard and one card from your hand. Then target an AI spell or trap in your possession that is banished or in the graveyard. Except for this, add it to your hand. Right, so you banish this and another card to add back a spell. It's kind of a strange one. Yeah. I guess it depends. Anyway, so, not a bad card though. It's kind of interesting. A lot of these are weird, but anyway. Second last card now. AI love yugioh, I don't know, yugioh, I guess that would be the pun. Normal spell, you can only activate one card with this card's name once per turn, or per turn. This is searchable off the earth one and the light one as far as I remember. Fuse and summon a Cyberus monster from your deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion materials. If you use an Ignister monster in your possession as a fusion material, you can also use one link monster your opponent controls as a fusion material. That's pretty cool. That's not bad. I know that this can summon obviously the Ignister fusion, but I'm not sure how good he is at first glance. There was also, like off the top of my head, Diplexer Chimera, I think that's his name, takes just 2 Cyberus. Obviously that's why he's a decent Super Poly target. This could make him, I don't know what his effects is off the top of my head, but maybe this can make other stuff too, is what I'm trying to get at. And then the last card is the Ritual spell. So, I know Gishiki, so AI's Ritual spell. This card is used to Ritual summon any Cyberus Ritual monster. It's kind of weird, I guess, but okay. Choose a Cyberus Ritual monster in your hand, and if you do, tribute other Ignister monsters from your hand or field whose levels equal or exceed the chosen monster's level. It was level 7, I'm 99% sure. And after that, Ritual summon the chosen monster. If you control an Ignister monster at activation, you can use Ignister monsters in your graveyard by banishing them. Wow. That's actually pretty solid, that banishing part. Okay, so really looking over this, it's weird because I've heard a lot of people talking about these as if they're going to be crazy. I don't know, they don't seem that crazy, but I could be wrong. I don't know, they're kind of weird. Like, they do have a monster that searches monsters and then a monster that searches spells, so that's pretty cool. But it seems like the shit I don't know, they just don't seem that crazy. I could just be totally wrong or something. Yeah, and obviously this is first impression, so we'll see. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Anyway, drop a like if you liked, subscribe if you want to see more, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.